Yes, guys, I'm Si. Welcome to Cardiff City World. Very quick one, because I think, quite frankly, my day's been ruined enough. But yeah, bit shit, wasn't it? Bit shit. But then I said on, do me a favour, if you go on Twitter and share it as much as you can, because I can't get on Twitter because I'm on my phone, which is a bit annoying, so I can't share it. But we I said I did a Borough radio show on Thursday, and I said that if we pick the same, I fully expected him to pick the same 11 as he started against Swansea, and he did. And I said on that if he did, I really worried for what sort of performance we were going to put in, and it was exactly what I thought: slow, lethargic, no press. Just nothing. We didn't lay a glove on him. So just let me try and think of some positives. I mean, Psyopis was better today than he has been for the last couple of weeks, and actually thought he was probably one of the better players. But Robertson, he's like one athletic midfielder who can pick a pass and link up play and open things, and he was playing well, and he's the first one to get the hook. It makes no sense. But I will say, I mean, maybe he's struggling a little bit because he's just like getting back to foot after a long injury, so maybe there's that. But I thought Tanner was decent when he came on, but was it like, I'm very much pro Bullet. People know this. Like I still think he's the right man, but he makes it very difficult to defend him with days like today. And unfortunately, it's not the first time. Like, we had this numerous times last year with these sorts of performances where we never really laid a glove on Middlesbrough. They were never under considerable, constant pressure. There was little periods. Like, Mate just offers nothing. We all know this. So why is he playing? He could play Willock on the right, play O'Dowda at left wing, play Bagan at left back, just for something different. But what I don't like I think I'm in the minority. I quite like Errol's press conferences, like pre-games, because he's quite honest, which is quite refreshing. Because man just talk absolute horseshit in press conferences. Prime example, Eric Ten Hag saying yesterday morning that Jadon Sancho was staying at United. And he wasn't. Everybody knew he wasn't. But my point being is, I quite like it. But what I don't like is he will dig out Ruben Colwell, he will dig out Ollie Tanner, but he won't dig out Aaron Ramsey or Psyopis or Gutas or Halworth. And that's poor. If I'm a player in that squad, I can see that. Like, if we can see that, the players can see that. What I will say is, I spoke to someone who's in the team about a week ago, and the team are very much behind him. And if you saw, I don't know if you saw, like, Callum Chambers' interview this morning before the game, talking about Errol Bullet. Like, the players are behind him, but like, they'll only stay behind him while they still believe in him. And you can't tell me that those players, like the squad that we've assembled, yes, we need a striker. Yes, we maybe need one or two others, or strengthen in certain areas. But we've got a good squad of quality footballers that either not being utilised or are not quite fit yet. But if they do lose faith with him because he keeps picking the same people or the same favourites who continually fail, they'll soon lose faith with him. I said last year that I thought Ruben Colwell was quite harsh by, in terms of, like, I like he should have played more than what he did. And if I was him, I'd have been a bit pissed off about it. And when he wasn't in the starting 11 today, I can't help but think he was like, yes, of course he's disappointed, but he must have been pissed off because everybody in their dog wanted him to be in the side. And it's just like, he's got to find a way. In fairness, in his post-match interview, Errol Bullitt said, "Gonna make some changes after the break." Personally, I think he needs to change the system, but that's just me. It's just lethargic, and it's very like the same pace. And the most frustrating thing is that every time we press, every time we pass with a little bit of zip, we cut through teams. Like any play which remotely led to like some dangerous attack by us today was when we string 2 or 3 passes together with a bit of zip. There was one ball where Siopis like plays a beautiful ball out wide to O'Dowda, and you're thinking like drive into the space, and he goes backwards, and it's like you just played a beautiful long ball just to waste it and go backwards. But that's a mentality thing of the team. They're so scared to give the ball away that they don't want to take any risks. And then you just look even worse because when you do give the ball away, it's just like the most unimaginative pass possible. Just like a ball in sideways pass. I think losing Darland is gutting. Hopefully it's not a long-term injury and he'll be back after the international break, not too long, because in the first 10 minutes or so he played a couple of balls. We're going sideways at the back without really going anywhere, and then suddenly he gets on it and he plays like a ball to the lines, winger, and we're actually in the final third. Like, I think he's going to make a big difference. I think Will Fish will make a difference as well, but he's got to get fit. I do worry about this, the ease at which we are cut apart, because on paper, defensively, we're stronger. And I don't know where it's. And look, people say about Siopis, I understand where the criticisms come from with him. But without him today, could have been embarrassing. Like, he made some big tackles when he's on a yellow card. And particularly after Robertson went off, like, he had no support around him. Now, will it get better if we maybe play Rawls in there with Robertson? I don't know. Because I don't think Rawls will give you the same energy that Siopis gives. He will look after the ball more, but he might. Maybe will be better with like someone who reads the game rather than just chases the ball. I don't know. It's interesting. It's worrying. Lewis just put. I don't know what's happened to Ramsey. I thought he was better today, marginally. But that was more. It wasn't. I didn't particularly think he was better on the ball as such. What he was doing, I thought he was just better positionally. He got when he was playing in the 10, he was in and around the box and getting into opportunities to shoot or to do something. And then when he dropped deeper, he actually played deep and didn't just leave Siopis on his own. But Siopis was still isolated. It's a bit of an issue, mate, at the moment, the Ramsey thing, because it's clear he doesn't want to drop him. But I wonder whether... Excuse me, smoking, sorry. Been on a long day. I'm starting to wonder whether he's, at the moment, he's detrimental to the 11 that's on the pitch. Would we, or to put it another way, not that he's detrimental, but would we be better? Would we have been better today from the start if you have Siopis, Rawls, and Colwell, Tanner on the right, Willock on the left, or even O'Dowda on the left and Bagan at fullback? Would we have started better with that system? I retweeted something someone said on Twitter earlier, who said if we had played Middlesbrough today with the team we played against Southampton on Wednesday, we'd have won. And I don't disagree. Middlesbrough got two really good midfielders, and outside of that today, really, I didn't think they were that great. I thought the ref was a bit poor, but like, I didn't think they were that great. Really, like all the goals that we've conceded this year, apart from a couple or one maybe against Southampton, they've been so soft and so avoidable, and it's like, but on paper we're better defensively than we were last year. But football's not paid on paper, so it doesn't matter how good your squad is on paper. If the coaches and the manager can't get their message across, or they're picking the wrong team, it's a problem. I think, to me, I still think a change in system would suit the players and the way he wants to play a bit better. And I think it was interesting listening to him saying that he wanted a pacey winger and he wants us to play a bit quicker. And I was thinking, well, one, we could have got Casey McAteer on loan, and two, they coach, like him and the rest of them. They're coaching the team. They're setting up, and as I alluded to earlier, like it's not just today, is it? Like it happened a lot last year, particularly in the second half of the season. And for me, that's where I think he's going to have to change something, because if he goes on another 3-4 games after the international break with performances like the first half in the Swansea game and the majority of today, he's going to struggle. He's going to struggle because I guarantee you Vincent Tan's already getting that itchy trigger finger, because he is not a patient man. We are bottom of the league with 1 point. Now, you've got to be realistic. As not good as we were, because I don't think we weren't awful, but we weren't good either. We were just nothing. We didn't lay a glove on them. We didn't worry them. We just nothing. Now, would it have been different if that Ramsey chance goes in right after half time? Yeah, it would have, but it didn't, and it wasn't. And also, is it a question to put to you guys? How can he keep relying? Like, he refuses to start Tanner, Colwell. Robinson's had an injury this week, so he's only trained once, so I kind of understand him not starting. But the others, how can he keep relying on those three particularly to get him out of trouble in games? Surely they're going to lose motivation, because they're going to think no matter what. And even today, like, and this is pure speculation on my part, I've got no evidence or no thing. Ruben Caldwell today, when he came on, I think he looked pissed off. That's just literally just my guess. I just thought he looked pissed off. He wouldn't be the only one. I think the whole stadium was pissed off. Everyone was pissed off because they couldn't believe he'd gone with the same 11. It's frustrating, because I do think there's only one or two tweaks, but the biggest issue is the speed that we play at and the lack of urgency in the pressing and winning the ball back is ridiculous. And then you've got a player like Alex Robertson and you're taking him off when you're trying to score a goal, and that makes no sense whatsoever, unless it was a fitness thing where he's still finding his feet and he was feeling it a little bit. But he didn't look like he was feeling it. He didn't look tired, and he looked a bit pissed off when he won. So we're very predictable, even down to the subs. You know, once I saw that starting 11, I could have told you what sub we were going to make, when we were going to make them before the game started. So that is disappointing. The lack of freedom for flair players is a problem. We need to find he needs to find a way of playing where he can be stable with a back 4, 5, 6 players, but then the front six can front 4, 5 can have a bit of freedom to create. It's only 4 games in, and I was talking to the guys from the Middlesbrough podcast on the preview yesterday. They didn't have a point after 6 games last year, and they didn't have a win after I think it was 7 or 8 games. And then they only just missed out on the playoffs, and that was because they had a really ropey spell in the middle of the season. They finished strong, so I don't think it's time to panic just yet. I think it's ludicrous to be even discussing sacking a manager and things like that, because it's just back to square one all over again. Let him implement the new faces that we've got in. El Ghazi is just not anywhere near fully fit. He looks rusty. I feel for Kanga, because I think he'd benefit so much more from 20, 30 minutes at the end to get his fitness up and maybe get a goal against head defenders than playing an hour like it's another game where he hasn't scored. So that pressure mounts on him now. Ollie Tanner's got to start next game. He has to start. Ruben Colwell's got to start. Robinson's got to start. He comes through the internationals with no injuries. We just, very, very slow, very pedestrian, very uninventive, and I think that's a big issue. Disappointing, because I felt like if we had started fast today and got an early goal, I think Middlesbrough would have struggled. They were lacking in confidence. Like I say, they've got 2 real quality midfielders. And then outside that, I thought they were there to really get at today, and we never really got going. Little periods, 5-10 minutes here and there, but nothing. That's hard for me today. I just wanted to come on and let some frustration out, I guess. So I appreciate you all. With me and Matt, I'll be on in the morning for the breakfast show, 8 o'clock, and then I'll be back for the breakdown tomorrow night. Well, we'll break it all down, and we'll have a look at some of these numbers and everything. But until then, I will see you in a bit, he says.